Am I the a-hole for telling my wife that my life would be better without her? My wife and I have been married for 13 years. I am 43 and she is 46. We do not have children. When we first began dating, nobody could make me happy like Ang. She always seemed to know exactly the right thing to say to me when I was down. But over the past decade or so, she has really started to show her true colors, and a lot of what her ex-husband said to me about her has begun to make more sense. For example, I have a very high-stress job. People bring me problems, and I fix those problems. But when I get home, 9 times out of 10, and just has more problems to throw onto my plate. She doesn't work, so she's free to do anything she wants to solve said problems during the day. But lately she has even begun making lists of things that she wants me to do after I work all day. But my biggest issue with it is that I can't ever really open up to her about anything. Whenever I talk about something bad that happened to me, she either tried to one-up me or agree with the person who wronged me. Last Friday, I had a horrible day. There was an enormous problem at work that basically all fell on my shoulders to solve. When I was crossing the street after work, I had a green signal, and a bicycle blew through a red and side clipped me. The cyclist yelled expletives at me and then rode away. I thought about calling the police because it was technically a hit and run, but there was probably nothing they could do. When I got home, desperate, I talked to Anne about what happened. She listened and then immediately took the cyclist's side. I reiterated that the cyclist ran through a red light, to which she responded that cyclists aren't obligated to stop. When I told her she was wrong and tried to put the issue to rest, she began frantically Googling laws. She found that in our state, they can treat lights like a stop sign. She began triumphantly reading the law to me loudly, word for word, getting louder, and I kept trying to tell her that I wasn't interested. At the end of her spiel, she gave me this incredibly arrogant look as if she was right. I just stared at her for a second and said that my life would be better without her. She got incredibly upset, shrieked at me until her voice was hoarse, and then packed a bag and left to stay with her parents. She has texted me all weekend demanding an apology, but I haven't responded. Did I do something unforgivable here?
Here are the top comments.
Sounds like problem solved actually. You said what needed saying, and she left. Done and done. Do you need help on first steps for contacting a lawyer or something? Because otherwise, it sounds like you got her out of your house with minimal effort.
Sounds like Thisn was just a tiny straw that finally broke the camel's back. Op should stop worrying about this situation with the cyclist and look back at all the times he has felt not only unsupported but have had that she dumped in his lap that she could have dealt with herself while he was working. Think about the totality of the situation, OP, and then contact a lawyer.
If she doesn't work and she's not a comforting sounding board in your life, what is her place in your world? I mean, seriously? She sounds insufferable. You could totally get a sweet Bernese mountain dog who will agree with everything you say and totally back you up every day. And they're excellent at cuddles. She sounds like she prizes being right over being happy all the time. I seriously think you might be better off taking some space from her temporarily or permanently. It's up to you, but you need support and you're not getting it from her.